Sam, and today I have such a fun video and I'm so excited to share it with you guys because I'm going to be making some DIY throw pillowcases. So all I'm really doing is taking some plain pillowcases, and I have a few designs I want to recreate to make them really cute, boho inspired pillowcases because I wanted some new ones for my couch. So that's exactly what we're doing today. If you haven't already and you enjoyed today's project, consider hitting that subscribe button. It would mean so much to me. But without further ado, let's just get straight into the project. Okay, so when I was planning how I was going to DIY these pillowcases, I went onto my phone and I went onto Pinterest and I found some inspiration pictures, and a lot of the pictures are actually pictures off of the Urban Outfitters website, which I know is shocking because I love Urban Outfitters home stuff. So these are the pillowcases that I have. They're both from IKEA, and this one is in like this golden yellow color, and I love this color. So that's the first one, and then this one as well. I feel like it's like a linen kind of material. It's not linen, but that's what it looks like to me. I'm gonna take these out of the packaging first, and then I think what I'm gonna need to do is give all of the pillowcases an iron because they're gonna obviously be a little bit wrinkled, and we won't be able to iron them once we put all the design stuff on it. So we're gonna iron them first, and then Okay, so for this first pillow, you're gonna need some embroidery floss. I actually ended up using yarn, so you can use either or, a ruler, some chalk, some scissors, and then just some needles as well. So I'm gonna start by finding the middle point of the pillow, and I'm just gonna make an upside down triangle basically, going from that middle point to the top. And then I'm going to extend those lines just out to both sides so that it kind of makes like this crisscross pattern, and I'm going to do the exact same thing on the bottom. It's kind of hard to see here, the chalk that I was using on the pillow, but you'll see once I start stitching the kind of pattern, but you can do whatever kind of pattern you want. So once we have our pattern all drawn out, we can go ahead and start stitching. So I just took the yarn and threaded it through the yarn needle and doubled it up and tied a knot at the bottom. So then I'm going to start by going through the bottom inside part of the pillow first and pulling it up through the top so that that knot is hidden on the inside. I just also used a ruler to make sure that my stitches were fairly even. I tried to make all of them about 1 inch apart, but I do really like the look where it's kind of organic and you just kind of go for it. So if you want to do that, feel free. It looks really good, I think, when it's not all completely perfect because it looks handmade. So just kind of go for it and make the stitches however long you want. And once you get to the end of the pillow, just go ahead and flip the pillow inside out and do a simple double knot, and that should secure the yarn just fine on the inside of the pillow. Once all the stitching was done, this is what the pillow was looking like, and I really love how this one turned out. So for the second pillow, I'm using one of the linen pillowcases and some yarn. You can use whatever color you want. I went for this multi-toned cream color. So I'm going to start by cutting a little piece and putting it in between my fingers, and then just start wrapping the yarn around your hand. And I did this about 30 times to get it nice and thick. Once you're done wrapping, just go ahead and snip the ends off, and then we're going to tie that middle string in a knot. So I like to tie it in a loose knot and then just work the bundle off my hand, and then you can go ahead and adjust that string so that it's in the center and just pull it tight, and that's going to bring everything into the middle and it's going to create a nice fluffy pom-pom. So just tie it a couple times so it's nice and secure, and then we're going to go ahead and grab our scissors and just start cutting those loops open so that we have our pom-pom. And then once you have all the loops open, we're going to go ahead and give it a haircut. So just go ahead and trim it down, and this is really what's going to make it a nice fluffy pom-pom. So once we have all our pom-poms cut, I'm going to go ahead and start arranging them on the pillow the way I want them to be. I cut about 10 out, and I think that fills out the pillow very nicely, but you can do as many as you want. So now it's time to attach our pom-poms to the pillow. I opted for a very simple hand stitch, and trust me, I am not a sewer at all, so if I can do this, you can do this too. But if you would like, you can go ahead and use fabric glue instead. If you are using a hand stitch, just go ahead and go through the top of the pom-pom and then up through the bottom and do it a few times until you feel like it's secure. And then I'm just using a really basic knot to go ahead and secure that stitch on the back of the pillow, and then just cut off the excess and you're all done. And this is what the pillow was looking like once I had all the pom-poms attached.
So for this last design, we're going to use a yellow pillow, we're going to use these mini white pom-poms, some fabric glue, and a ruler. So the first thing I did was went ahead and figured out where I wanted the placement of my diamonds to be. So I went ahead and I marked 2 inches down from the top of the pillow just as a guide so I could see where they would start. And then since the pillow's 20 by 20, I went ahead and marked every 5 inches so that I could space them out evenly on the first row of 3. Once I had a general guide, I just went ahead and started assembling the diamonds, and I kind of shift them around later. I find the best way to do this is just start assembling them and then shift them around until you have them how you want them. So this was the pattern I came up with. I think it fills out the space of the pillow really nicely, so I just went ahead and kept placing them until I was all finished, and then we'll move on to gluing them down. So I'm just going ahead and using some fabric glue, and I'm going to start gluing these pom-poms down. I found the easiest way to do this was just start with the bottom pom-pom, and then I moved the rest out of the way and built from the bottom up. And then just keep on going until you have all the pom-poms glued on. So once all of it's glued on, you are completely done with this pillow. Just wait for it to dry overnight and you're good to go. And that brings us to the end of today's video. Thank you guys so much for watching. Stay tuned to the end to see how all the pillows turned out, and I will see you guys in the next one.
That's it for today's project. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you enjoyed it, consider hitting that subscribe button because it would mean so much to me. Let me know down below which pillowcase was your favorite and if you might recreate one. I'd love to know. That's it for today, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye!